What's up, guys? All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about 3 ways you can get more leads for your fitness studio. We're going to be primarily talking about how to do it through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Facebook's going to be the biggest part of it, so make sure you guys really pay attention because this is the most powerful tool that you can use. In fact, we've worked now with over 550 studios that are actually using the stuff that I'm going to be showing you. So pay attention because this stuff's going to be awesome. So number 1, you definitely want to run Facebook ads, but, there we go, ads, and you want to run it to cold traffic. Now, some of you guys that have been watching, let's say, any type of marketing podcasts or marketing talks, or you've been at marketing conferences, you're probably saying, man, cold traffic is not the best way to run ads. Well, not necessarily, but there's an angle, not directly, but indirectly, and I want to break that down for you guys. Number 1, when you run ads to cold traffic, yes, you will actually get more leads through cold traffic, but more importantly, it allows you to get warm traffic that you can run ads to, which is going to be number 2, but I'm not going to get into that yet because I want to make sure you know how to do number 1 the right way. Because if you can get number 1 down, number 2 is incredible, okay? And then number 3 is going to be your favorite one. But let's kind of hang in and do number 1 first. So when you're running cold traffic ads, right, you want to make sure that you have a few things in place. Now, you don't want to do too much filtering. That's where a lot of people make mistakes. What they don't realize is the thing that makes Facebook awesome is also the Achilles heel. And what that is the targeting. People love Facebook more than AdWords and SEO because you can get in front of people so specifically because Facebook allows you to do really, really great targeting. You could target people by income. You could target people by what they do for a living, if they have kids, if they're married, engaged, so on and so forth. It's crazy. The problem is that's really great for a national campaign or a global campaign, but on a local campaign where if you're a fitness studio, you want to target people inside of about a 5-mile radius, and depending on where you're at, like in Manhattan, that's way too large. You want to target maybe a 1-mile radius. But when you're in certain areas like where I live, where there's a lot of desert, then you can go out to as far as 7 to 10 miles in order to really get in front of your audience. But generally, you want to stay in a 5-mile radius. When you do that, you're actually killing your ads by using all the targeting capabilities that Facebook gives you. So right now, I just want to make sure, can you guys see me? Am I lagged? Because it looks like I might be frozen. But can you guys hear me, see me? Just go ahead and message yes if you can. It looks like people are liking and commenting, so that's good. Okay, cool. So when you're targeting people within a 5-mile radius, you can't get too specific. So don't do all those filters like income and where they work, what they do, if they're married, all that stuff. You want to stay away from that. You want to let the actual ads do the filtering for you. So what we like to do is generally just target women, and I'll tell you why, that are between the ages of 25 to 55, and I'll tell you why, that are within 5 miles of the address that your fitness studio has. So let me break down why. Number 1, what we've learned is that women are about 1/4 of the cost that it takes to get men in. So if you spend, let's say, $1,000, you would have to spend $4,000 in order to get men at the same quantity that you get women, right? So let's say you spend $1,000 to get 200 women leads. You would have to spend $4,000 to get that same amount through men leads, or spend $1,000 for each. And what you'll notice is that you'll get 1/4 of the amount of leads if you just target men. If you target men and women, you're going to notice that the cost per lead is also high. A big goal with marketing and lead generation is to get the most amount of return for the least cost, right? So you want to get as many leads as you can for the lowest cost to acquire those leads. And of course, make them qualified as well. But here's the cool thing. When you're running ads to people this way, they're going to be able to filter by their clicking, and Facebook has the technology and the intelligence to start optimizing your audience for you. But before we get into that, let's also talk about this. Some of you guys may be saying, I don't want just women. I want men as well. We have a big demographic of men. That's great. What we've also noticed by working with over 550 studios is that women refer more business than men do. Women are more likely to bring in their husbands than men are to bring in their wives. So you will get the men more than you will get the women by just targeting men. Not only that, women are more likely to bring in coworkers and friends than men are to bring in coworkers and their friends. So with all that said, your job as a business owner is to grow your company and hit your numbers, right? Fill your studios, fill your classes, fill your schedules, keep your instructors happy, keep your bills paid, and have enough left over to be glad you did this thing in the first place and started this business. With that being said, who cares if the ratio is 80% women or 50% women? At the end of the day, hit your numbers. But the cool thing is, women do refer men. So that's great. On top of that, something that's good to know, when you write ads the way you're supposed to, which I'm going to dive into that in a minute here, your women will actually share your posts more than men will. Now, here's a couple of cool things. There's two great things you need to know about shares. Number one, when somebody shares your ad, okay, it's going to go to all their friends. Let's say you take my wife, who's a perfect demographic, right? She fits in this box here for a studio that's within 5 miles of where we live. Okay, so my wife sees an ad, and when it's written the way that we like to write them, my wife will share that ad because she wants all of her friends to know about the deal she's getting. It's a way of validating that she made a good decision to get this deal, and she also wants to share it with her friends. Well, the great thing is my wife is friends with both men and women, right? She's got cousins, she's got friends, she's got high school friends, all that stuff. So men will see the ad that way. But here's the cool thing about shares as well. There's no cost for the traffic that comes from shares. So here's what this means. If let's say my wife has about 1,500 friends, generally about 100 of them, right, will see her actual posts. So if you get in front of 1,000 women, you times that by 100, okay, you're looking at a ton of people that are going to be able to see your posts. Now, any of those people that see it, click on it, opt in, whatever, those have no cost. Facebook only charges you for the traffic that you're actually targeting. Any traffic that your targeted audience sees and shares, the traffic that comes from that, the clicks, all that, that's all free. And when you are creating ads to women because they're more likely to share, now you're not only getting more audience, but you're driving your overall lead costs down even more because no cost leads with cost leads, that brings the average even lower, right? So your goal, again, just drive the cost per lead as low as you can possibly get it. So now the great thing is not only are you getting your men and women with these shares, but you're also getting your cost per lead to come down much, much lower. Now, a lot of you guys may be saying, yeah, but I don't want to get, low quality leads. I don't want to get tire kickers. I don't want people that come in, just want a free class. Look, everyone's going to get that. But here's the thing. If you guys are great at what you do, if you're really, really great at what you do, the best out of these 550 plus that we've worked with, you know what they tell us? Mike, just get people in the door. Just get them in there. Get as many people in the door as we possibly can. Whether they're good quality or bad quality, I'll take it because I know no matter what business I'm doing, if I'm running ads, I'm going to get people that are just not a good fit. We get it too. We get people opting into our stuff to become clients of ours, and they're just not great fits for us. Some of them aren't even close. But I'll still take it because I'm also getting really great fits. And if I had to choose between getting both or none, I'll take both any day of the week, right? And filter those people out. So you guys should be focusing on that as well. Now, if you're really great at what you do, the people that do have the money, that are great fits, all they need to do is come in, experience it, and make sure you have a really great sales process along the way to close and convert them into paying members. Now, a lot of you guys, if you've built your business and you didn't really do a ton of marketing before, chances are you've built your business on referrals. And if you built your business on referrals, you are an amazing candidate for Facebook ads. And here's why. Because if you built your business on referrals, that means that you're really great at what you do. And you know how to turn one member into 2 members and 3 members and so on and so forth, right? Your whole business has been built on you being great enough at what you do on results and customer service to where people want to bring their friends and family. Well, with that said, what if we were able to get another 10 people this month that weren't already in the circles of people that you serve, right? They're totally separate, whole new circles. Can you turn those 10 members into 20 over the next 5-6 months because you know how to get your members to refer more members? Chances are yes, right? Now, what if you can get 10 a month over the next year, right? You can get 120 new members. If you know how to turn one member into two, you now can get 360 members off of this. You got to think of the long game. You don't want to think short term. A lot of people, they run ads and they only get like 5 clients in the first month and they freak out and they go, oh, 5's just not nearly enough. Look, when you get 5, if you get 5 a month, at the end of the year, that's 60. If you know how to get them to refer business, you could turn that into 180. You just have to get more people in the door that are part of new circles that you're not already serving, so you can start digging into those circles and bring them in as well, okay? Play the long game, don't play the short game. The winners look at the long term, right? Our clients that are the best here, that are top 10%, they say, look, just get people in the door. Even if I only close 5 or 6, I'll know how to turn that into more down the road, and next thing you know, we'll be getting tons more. Okay, when you're running your ads, it's all about your offer. You want to make sure you have a great offer. A lot of fitness studio owners, and actually all business owners that are very novice to this, what they say is, we don't want to give anything away for free. And it's a tragedy because where they hear this from are from actual really good qualified speakers that go up there and say, you got to keep your value high. Don't discount, right? And they use Apple as an example where they say, Apple doesn't discount. Apple doesn't discount now, but they discounted for the first 20 years they were in business. They were constantly working deals in order to get people to start using their stuff. Now, they are the biggest, most well-known company in the entire world, right? Most people have a few different products. I got one here. I'm streaming on my laptop. I got an iPad here, and my phone's right there, all from Apple, right? And I got my Apple TV at home. They don't need to discount anymore because everyone knows who they are, what they do, and all their friends are using it. But if that's not your case, right? If you can't walk into a grocery store within a couple miles of your studio and everyone in that store sees your shirt and they all know who you are, if that's not happening, then you're not Apple yet, right? Everyone in the grocery store knows who Apple is. Do they know that about your company? If the answer is no, then you got to get everyone in your 5-mile radius to know who you are, right? Everyone. Now I'm going to talk to you about how to do that in number 3, right, with our branding, but I don't want to dive too heavy into that yet. First, I kind of want to stay on number 1 because number 1 helps you do number 3 much better. So you want to make sure you have a great offer. What is the lowest barrier entry to get people in? Now, you can run paid offers where it's real cheap, like a 30 for 30, $30 for 30 days, or maybe like a 5 for 5, even if it's just $5 for 5 days just to get something in the door. But nothing works better than free. In fact, I'll tell you right now our 2 best offers. I'll tell you our best free offer, and I'll tell you our best paid offer. Our best free offer is the free week. Nothing beats it. Nothing. On average, when our fitness studio clients spend $500 promoting a free week, they get about 120 leads. That's the average, okay? I don't know if I'm on slide here. I hope I am. But here's the thing. With our best paid offer, which is $30 for 30 days, that's our best paid offer. With the same spend of $500, it's an average of 30 leads. Now, you may say, yeah, but they're more qualified, right? Well, you know what? Our top 10%, our best studios, they don't see a difference. Because at the end of the day, if you have a really great sales process and you know how to get people down the funnel into becoming a member, you've really studied sales and you paid attention to that part of your game, you're going to do really, really well with 120 free leads, and you're going to do better than if you just had 30. It's 4 times more, guys. So get a free week, get people in. The one time this kind of hurts is if you're a Pilates studio and you only have like 6 reformer machines and you can't really take too many people into one class for free. So I get it if you're like a smaller Pilates studio, but if you can fit 15, 20, 30 people in your class, then yes, the free week is absolutely incredible. So make sure that you're always testing the offer, and you can mix it up by doing like a free 5-day pass, free 3-day pass, but nothing has worked better than the free week. Nothing. Okay, so moving on to number 2. I wish I could erase. I'm going to erase some stuff here just to kind of eliminate some clutter. Okay, so number 3 is going to be Facebook ads, same thing, but it's going to be warm traffic. So let's talk about that. Every single person that you're running ads to, whether it's an offer or it's free content because you're just giving people tips like what they could eat before they work out, what they could eat before bed, stretching, whatever tips you're giving, right? The best way to come up with tips is to think about all the questions that you get asked every single day. Now, a lot of you guys may be saying, yeah, but people already know that. There's so many people that wrote content and made videos on, good carbs versus bad carbs. Yes, I know that, but then why are they still asking you this question? They're still asking you because they may not have seen the article because they're not in your business, so they don't research stuff like you do, right? And they don't log stuff. It doesn't retain in their memory the way it does for you because this is what you do for a living. But really quick, when you're running Facebook ads, you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you are constantly thinking about retargeting, right? And you have what's called pixels, retargeting pixels, on all of your assets. So if you're running an ad and you're sending people to your website or a landing page, those two places, wherever you're sending people to, need to have a pixel on it. If you need to know how to do this, literally just Google Facebook retargeting pixel or Facebook custom audiences. With that search, you'll be able to see it. You got to get it. There's not one business in the world, I don't care who you are, what you do, what you sell, there's not one business in the world that shouldn't be doing retargeting and place pixels throughout all of their content. Everyone. We do it. You should do it too. And I don't care if you're selling hot dogs, you should do it, okay? Because people want more hot dogs if they liked your first hot dog. So now here's the thing. When you're thinking about retargeting and then driving into the branding, right, the content, you may say, man, if they didn't want our first offer when we showed them the ad the first time, why would they want it again? A lot of times it doesn't register. So I want you to think about your experience today. We're about halfway through the day now, depending on what time you wake up, but we're about halfway through the day, and you've probably been on Facebook already, and you've probably just taken your phone and scrolled through a few different times, whether it was while you were waiting for your bagel to finish toasting, while you were maybe in the elevator or at a red light, whatever it is, there was a time where you've already flicked through and checked your timeline. Okay, well, if you flicked it even 2 times, you've already seen an ad today. If you flicked 5 or 6 times, you've probably already seen 3 to 5 ads. With that being said, I want you to ask yourself, do I remember what ads I saw today? Think about the ads that you've probably seen today already. Now, some of you guys may be saying, I can't remember which ads I saw. And those of you that are saying, yeah, I can remember, and then you start rattling off the 1 or 2 ads that you do remember, chances are they're either your ads or a company that you already know. Not some company that you never heard of. It's your first time hearing about them, right? So when you think about that, it's because it doesn't register the first 11 times. 11 times, it doesn't actually register in your brain. When you think of branding, right? Branding, okay? You want to think about getting ingrained into their brain to where now they recognize your name. So when you go to a stadium, like let's say a basketball game or an NFL game or anything like that, you've seen ads everywhere, right? If you're an entry-level marketer, you may be going, why would Bank of America waste so much money just putting a logo right up there? All it says is Bank of America. There's no offer, there's no story, there's nothing, right? And you look around and you go, why would anybody pay 20 grand or 15 grand to be there, to have a placement there? Nobody goes to a ball game, looks at the Bank of America logo and goes, hey honey, I think we should switch to Bank of America. That logo looks really good there. No one does that. No one says, hey, that Toyota logo looks great. We should buy a Toyota. Nobody does that. But here's why these companies do it. As you can tell, they're great at what they do. They have money to invest in a good marketing company, so they know what they're doing. The reason they invest in this is so that your feet, your eyes and your brain can begin getting familiar with their logo. And so they're planning on one day Wells Fargo or Chase messing up, you having a bad experience, you wanting to switch banks. They're waiting for your car to get old enough to where you have to get a new car. And now here it is, you're doing your research, and now you start seeing ads because you're getting retargeted. And now that Toyota logo, something about it makes you feel more warm than the other brand. I want you to think of it this way. So you see my logo right here, I guess, right at the bottom where it says Loud Rumor. Now, let's say you've never heard of us before, but you've seen our logos at games. Maybe 10, 15 times you've seen our logo and nothing else. Nothing else. Now you go to a conference and you have 2 companies that do the exact same thing. You have my company and you have this ABC company you've never heard of. For all you know, they could both be as good, right? But if you've seen this logo a bunch of times and it started registering, and this company you've never heard of, you know what the heck they are, which one do you feel more comfortable walking up to first? Chances are it's the one that's familiar. And how does that conversation open up? I've seen you guys before. What is it you guys do? And now when we talk, you're more interested, you're more engaged. But with this one, so what do you guys do? That's it, right? It's a very different warmth. And so same thing with your ads. Now when they need to lose shape, whether it's lose weight, they get in better shape, whether it's because that 4-year-old boy asked them if they were pregnant and they're not, or whether it's because your friend took a picture of you and it just does not make you look really great. It was a bad angle, but you're too embarrassed to tell her to take the picture down, so you just deal with it. But you know if you just got in better shape, it wouldn't have bothered you as much, right? So whatever the reason is, the pain that gets you to the point where now you are paying attention to things that help you get in better shape. Now when you type something in or that ad comes off, it registers. And when it comes to the fitness studio down the street that they've never heard of, or yours, they've constantly seen your logo, they're going to be more likely to identify with your brand and join, or at least take advantage of your offer over the guy that they've never heard of. That's how marketing truly works, when you put all the pieces in place. That's why people put magazines out there and put their ads in magazines and flyers and banners and all that stuff, TV commercials, radio commercials. Even though we don't buy from there, what those do is it helps you convert in the places that you do buy. It improves your conversion rates and your cost for those leads in the places where you do buy. And that's what you want to do. So with that, you definitely want to make sure you're retargeting people. So anybody that had any type of interest, you can keep showing them and you're waiting. Remember, it's not about when you're ready for them to do business with you. It's about when they're ready to do business with you. You want to make sure you're there when they're ready, not just when you are, and then that's it. So make sure you're constantly showing them ads. Okay, last thing, branding. You want to make sure that you're using Facebook to get in front of these people. Here's something cool that you guys should know. And the cost that goes into it, because it's crazy low. So last year, I spent a total of $7,000, very, very cheap, of my own money in order to do a nationwide campaign to people that follow certain people so that people can know what I do. But then I go to conferences in San Diego, in Miami, in Chicago, and people tell me, I've seen you before. Oh, I follow you. I know your stuff. But I only spent $7,000 for people around the country to know who I am. Now imagine if you only have to get people in 5 miles to know who you are. How fast could you do it with the same amount of money, or how much money do you have to spend, much less, in order to get a similar result? The way I look at it is if I owned a fitness studio, if I opened it up right now, or any local business, a hair salon, a barber shop, a restaurant, I would spend money every single month on branding just to make sure that everyone in this area, there's not one soul within 5 miles that doesn't know who I am. If I go to a CVS or a Walmart or a Whole Foods within 5 miles of my studio and I have my shirt on, I want people to look at me and go, I know that guy, or I know that logo, I know that. And that's it, right? It's crazy, but it converts. I'm telling you, this works. There's a reason I put out all these videos like you're watching now. How can you do something like this for your audience where you can actually deliver value to your audience, right? You can do the same thing. So we go back, think of all the questions that you, your trainers, your staff get asked every single day. Answer those questions in a video just like this. Nothing crazy. You don't have to go all out. Don't worry about having a video production company. I'm actually doing this right now from my laptop. That's it. I set up 2 little lights I got on Amazon, and I got my whiteboard here. This isn't a high-end production, but there's people on here and there's people getting value out of this, right? So think about it. What to eat before you go to bed? What's the difference between good carbs and bad carbs? Should I do more weight, less reps, or more reps, less weight? Should I stretch before a workout or after, or both? There's so many different things that you can make videos about, and the crazy thing is, they actually get shared very, very well. Now, what you can do, a lot of people don't even know this, but you can actually place retargeting pixels based on people that have watched a certain percentage of your video. So let's say you have a 3-minute video that answers this question. You can say, all right, Facebook, right? I want you to place a pixel on anyone that watches 50% or more of this video, which means a minute and a half. The average watch time on Facebook for a video is 12 seconds. So if you can get them to watch 90 seconds, you're in really good shape. So now, Facebook says, okay, cool. Anybody that watches 50% of this video, I'm going to put in a custom audience. Now that you have that audience, you can start running ads to that audience, and they're actually more familiar to you than the cold traffic, right? So that's a really great thing to do. But the more important thing is these things, because they don't have a call to action, because they just deliver value, and because it's video, and because people are sharing it, it's much more share-worthy content because there isn't a sales pitch at it. You are actually, for very, very cheap, I'm talking 1 cent per view. 1 cent per view. Think about how many views you can get at 1 cent per view. You're able to get a ton of people to not only see your videos within 5 miles, but to see them 15, 20, 30 times each. That's called your frequency. There's actually a column for that in Facebook, and you can see how many times the average person sees your stuff on Facebook. But now when you have that, and it's down, they're finally made the decision, I'm going to get in shape. I'm tired of it. I'm in too much mental pain or emotional pain or physical pain possibly if their doctor tells them you need to start working out to not do something, right? I'm in too much pain to stay the same. I got to do something else. So now they go, okay, here are the options. They Google search, or they maybe go through Facebook, or they just drive to see what you get around, or Yelp search. And now they got your company who they've seen 10, 15 times, and you've delivered value to them. And they got this random company, they don't know who they are, they don't know what they do, they don't know if it works, nothing. Who do you think they're going to pick? My mission, your mission, should be to get everyone that could and should buy your stuff to know who you are, what you do, and why you're great. And once you have that, you can run ads to them, and you'll also get a lot of organic business from it too. But you can't quit early. It's not about the short game. Too many people don't get success out of here because they run ads for a week or a month and they don't blow up, and they think that it's not for me. You're in the fitness space. You don't get in incredible shape where you can get on stage and win competitions after a week or after a month or even after 6 months, right? You have to build up to it. And the same thing goes with marketing. Nobody just crushes it unless you do like a Dollar Shave Club video or something really crazy, which not everyone can just pull out, right? If you want to build your business in a very easy, affordable way to where it's predictable, these 3 things will get you there. Run Facebook ads to cold traffic. Make sure there's a retargeting pixel on every ad landing page. Then run Facebook ads to the people that have already seen your ads and clicked on it, showed interest. And also give away free content, but have pixels on it so you can run ads to those people as well, deliver value, and get everyone in your 5 miles to know who you are. Guys, really quick, because I want to make a ton of videos like this, but I'm only going to do it if you find value. So let me know if you guys want me to make more videos like this. Use the comment. And if you do have more questions, what videos would you like me to make? If there's any topics you want me to cover, let me know, because it'd be very helpful. Because if you guys don't find value in this, I'm not going to make more videos, number one. And if I don't have the ideas, I'm probably not going to have an easy time creating these videos. So let me know what you guys think. Do you like these videos? And what should I make more of? Outside of that, guys, building your fitness studio or any business is extremely tough. I'll tell you right now, it's very, very tough. But I'll tell you, when it comes down to our top 10%, it's pretty predictable, and they find it to be easier because building your business, the only reason it's tough is because the easier thing to do is nothing. It's too easy to do nothing. This is simple if you ask the top 10%, because all they do is get more people into their pixels, keep staying in front of the people that showed interest, and provide a tremendous amount of value. All right, guys, I got to get off now. I have a meeting. Thank you so much. We have people that pitched in. Looks like you guys really enjoyed the content, so thank you, and we will see you in the next live stream.